Sterling Hayden should probably stay away from horses. Dix, whom the actor plays in the Asphalt Jungle, is a horse farmer turned urban hooligan.
One of my ancestors imported the first Irish thoroughbred into our county.
Is that a fact?
He has fallen from raising racehorses to betting on them. Johnny, Hayden's character in The Killing, is a leader rather than a honcho, and he has no such sentimental attachment.
What would have had to kill?
A horse.
Instead, he relies on a horse's death to make his fortune. Dix eventually follows his dream back to Kentucky, where he will die in the mud among his horses. The outcome of the Asphalt Jungle is tragic and bittersweet, while the conclusion of The Killing is ironic and darkly funny, especially Johnny's exquisitely limp final line.
What's the difference?
What is the difference between these two classic films? Created 6 years apart, John Huston's The Asphalt Jungle, and later, Stanley Kubrick's The Killing, share more than just Sterling Hayden as their star. Both center on elaborate heists. Both rely on long takes, penetrating close-ups, realistic locations, and detailed characterizations to create texture, convey mood, and ratchet up the tension. The difference is in the details of how these films are executed, revealing dramatic contrast between the filmmaker's visions. The oppressive structure of social systems versus individual mastery of the environment. The inevitable emergence of human weakness versus the overwhelming hand of fate. The crimes themselves offer crucial evidence of this split. Drilling deep into a jewelry store, the Asphalt Jungle Gang must bend themselves to the environment, carefully circumventing the various systems of control: electronic eye, safe wall, neighboring alarms. The staging of the sequence positions them as underdogs. Compare the vast scope and intricate complexity of the ambitious racetrack robbery in The Killing. With careful planning, the gang completely bends the maze-like environment to their will, and Johnny keeps a watchful eye over the multiple moving parts of his elaborate plan. If the Asphalt Jungle depicts little guys struggling against the tide, The Killing follows brilliant swimmers maneuvering themselves to go with the flow. The title of The Asphalt Jungle suggests its worldview, evoking disorder and danger. The system in place, police procedural, criminal enterprise, hierarchy of outlaws, is rough, uncertain, half improvised. Chance plays its part in the characters' fates, but they are mostly undone by their vices or lowly social positions. Even the top dogs have fleas in the Asphalt Jungle.
Emery!
The tenacious mastermind Doc Riedenschneider keeps cool in every situation, before falling prey to a teenager's jitterbug. And the suave Emmerich, seemingly the most powerful player on screen, is actually one of the weakest.
What's inside of you? What's keeping you alive?
Outer law and inner flaw tackle the players one by one in Huston's world, as the director sympathetically but helplessly observes. The Killing, on the other hand, exuberantly defies complacent authority and individual weakness, but it also reminds us that in Kubrick's world, there is only room for one God-man, and he is always seated behind the camera.
It's a bad joke without a punchline.
The director orchestrates the downfall of his characters with the same cold precision and abstract absorption with which the characters orchestrate their own heist. The director's styles reinforce this impression. Despite some visual similarities between the two, Huston's camera prefers to linger on still shots, and when it moves slowly, careful not to impose itself too egregiously on the action.
I'd consider it a great favor if you didn't insist on going in.
Kubrick's camera is likelier to interact with and manipulate the scene. It bobs and weaves with documentary sensitivity at the races and in the airport. It glides coolly through interlocking corridors and rooms during the heist, and it intrudes mercilessly on the cuckolded George. All of the film's formal elements are marked by precision, control, and authority.
He knew exactly how long it would take him to drive to the track, park his car, and walk to the grandstand.
Even a narrator's voice to provide crisp, distanced omniscience. Despite Huston's own fondness for clever twists,
You're silent.
there is a wounded soulfulness to the Asphalt Jungle.
A man without human feeling or human mercy.
The policeman's self-righteous monologue, which ends the book upon which the Asphalt Jungle is based, is undercut when Huston places it before Dix's poignant, wordless demise. Which vision is better? This is not only a question of personal taste, but fleeting preference. The Killing is more fun, The Asphalt Jungle more moving. Kubrick displays a feverish, exciting brilliance, while Huston offers human insight for the cultivated palate to savor. Jean-Luc Godard dismissed Kubrick as a good pupil, no more, and considered his film inferior to Huston's. Orson Welles, on the other hand, favored Kubrick, and argued, "The problem of imitation leaves me indifferent, above all if the imitator succeeds in surpassing the model." The two films are actually even more interesting when considered in conjunction. One offers a God's eye view of the world, the other a man's, and that's the difference.
Attention car 71. Hold up, Hotel de Paris, Camden Square South. Hold up, Hotel de Paris. Armed suspect, tall man, Caucasian, wearing a dark suit and soft hat.
Square 71, Roger.
Quand ils auront tari leur chic, comment agir au cœur volé?